Well, it's good to be 1-0. It was fun to watch a lot of things tonight, and we didn't turn the football over. That was one of our keys to victory, and I thought we ran the ball hard. We were very efficient throwing the football. Jacoby was 21 of 23, 2 touchdowns. Did some good things, distributing the football. I thought made some good decisions. I'm proud of our offense for what they did in 3rd and short and 4th and short today. I thought we knew they were an up-tempo team, and the best way to beat those kind of teams is to have long drives and score touchdowns, keep them off the field. And our time of possession was 41 minutes to their 18. We played a lot of offensive football in that game, and I'm proud of our offensive linemen, tight ends, receivers, all those guys for making that happen. And really happy about the crowd. I mean, with the rain and the lightning at the beginning, for them to stick it out and sell it out and stay and be what they were tonight. Thank you. Players, thank you. And hope we can continue to get that, because that makes a huge difference. We had some great recruits here tonight that I know loved seeing that. And our players that were playing the game loved seeing you in the stands, so thank you for that. Defensively disappointed at the end of the first half, and challenged those guys in the locker room, forced 2 turnovers in the second half, and Dre had a big play that sparked their momentum, big hit, fumble recovery on a blitz, and Dre Wright. And then Mike Stevens had a nice pass breakup and an interception, so happy for him. But a lot of good things. Reggie Gillespie got his first reps in there. Jalen McClendon got his first reps. We had a senior tight end score his first touchdown and get his first catch, Benson Brown, so happy for Benson. We've got to play a lot of people, and so that was a very valuable 4th quarter for a lot of young guys. And now Naheem won't be nervous next week, and Reggie won't be nervous, and Darian won't be nervous, and I think you'll start to see some growth, which is important for the young players, to get that game under their belt and be better. And Jalen Samuels continues to make a lot of plays when he touches the football, and averaged 9 yards a carry again. So with that, open it up for any questions.
Coach, your thoughts just about how Matt ran the ball?
Matt Days? Yeah, 126 yards, 5-yard average, made guys miss, took care of the ball. He ran like we thought he'd run, to be honest with you. He was like that all through camp, and he was really excited about his role tonight, and it showed, and he practiced. His practice on Tuesday was unbelievable, how hard he went. And I texted him Tuesday night. I said, you practice like that, no one's going to touch you in the game. And he said, that's what I'm trying to do. And I said, you're going to do it because of how you practiced. Jamichael Ramos was like that. He practiced really well all week, and he had a great game for him. Three catches, the opening catch of the game, and had a catch in tight coverage, and then the catch he made in the end zone going up and getting it. I mean, just the preparation and the belief in the process that Matt Days and Ramos and Jacoby, you're starting to see it. So proud of those guys for believing in that.
You mentioned the no turnovers. There was only 1 penalty. Just the overall cleanliness of the game for the team. I'm sure you've been watching some of these games since Thursday and seen a lot of
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the things that you always worry about in the first game, especially us, because we do a lot of shifting and trading and motioning, and there's a lot of formations that you could line up with not enough people on the line, and I think Coach Canada had the guys ready, and offensively, and really proud of them. I mean, that's one of the things we talked about in the first 4 weeks of the season is we've got to be a really good football team and not beating ourselves and out executing people and getting ourselves where that's how we are all the time. And I think, if we're in the top 3 in the ACC and least penalized and least turnovers, most takeaways, we're going to be hard to beat. And that's what we got to continue to work. So proud of the team for that, the coaches for getting ready.
You said a couple times in the offseason or leading off that Ramos might have lost confidence, or you might have lost a little confidence in him from what happened last year. Going to him on the first play, making that play, getting a touchdown, how much did that boost what he can do from this point forward?
Well, he's earned it. Like I said, I'm really proud of Jamichael. A lot of guys, when they have success early, they don't handle their success, and he didn't. And then he had failure, and a lot of guys don't know how to handle that. And he handled it by just working, and he bought into what Coach McDonald teaches. He practiced really hard, and he worked hard all summer, and I told him all week he's going to have a great game. I grabbed him in the locker room and said I'm proud of him, and just to keep doing it. He said he would. It's just maturity, and that's what you want, you know, when you're a third-year player. That third year, I mean, Braylon Cherry made some great plays tonight too. I mean, he made some guys miss. And Jonathan Alston, I mean, that's third-year players. You want them to act like third-year players. So it's good. It's good growth, and I think it's a great learning example for some of our other players. You know, how to handle first-year success, how to handle second-year failure, and how to continue to persevere. So proud of Jamichael for that.
You were able to get a lot of guys touches tonight, obviously, and some of them really took advantage of the opportunity. Overall, were you happy with what you saw from your skilled players? Were there guys that you would like to see more from, or is that just a function of first game stuff?
You know, I'll have to watch it to know. I mean, a ton of guys touched the football, and you know, I don't know if there's anyone else that we could have gotten the ball to, but Greenwich got a catch. I mean, almost all the tight ends touched the ball. Cole Cook might be the only one who didn't. He played a lot. That's what we wanted to be able to do, is get a lead like that where we can play enough people, and so that when it's valuable, meaningful minutes, you know, that they're going to be ready, and that'll help them going into week 2 a lot.
Coach, you talk about that big hit on the quarterback, sack, fumbles,
yeah.
Kind of big play you did.
Yeah, it was. You know, I mean, Dravius Wright is a guy that can spark us. He's a high energy player, and we lost some guys that were those guys. You know, I think last year Art Norman, T.Y. McGill, Thomas Teal, they were those guys that would spark our defense and make a play. And so we're searching for that guy. And Dre is a guy that can be that guy for us on defense. He's got a lot of swagger to him when he plays. He was a field blitz, and they covered the boundary route. So the quarterback went from the boundary to the field, and he came unblocked and did a nice job hitting him in the chest, and nice legal hit, knocked the ball out, and then he recovered the fumble. And it's a huge play, and then we scored a touchdown right there, and that kind of put the game away, in my opinion. It took their momentum, and proud of him for that. We need him to be that kind of guy, though, and that's something we expect from him.
You mentioned the 2-play drive they had before the half with the one penalty. They also had 57 touchdown run. Was there any? I just saw the game, but is there any thread there with some of the bigger plays that they had?
Disappointment, you know. I mean, one of them was a run that we misfit, and I'll have to see why the safety wasn't back there to get it down. You know, I didn't see that. But I know the end and our nickel were gap exchanging on that play and didn't fit it right. Missed the tackle, and we should have a second-level player that can get it down. We didn't. Yeah, disappointed in the 2 fades they caught, and Jack ended up, you know, having to come out of the game. But you know, to me, I expect him to make those plays, and so I know he's really mad at himself right now. But yeah, we can't be a defense that gives up big plays. I'm sure when we break the game down, we had 305 yards, and I'm sure half of that was on 3 plays. You know, so we can't do that.
Is Jack okay?
He's fine. Yeah, he just banged his knee and got a little swollen. He'll be fine.
Continuation of how clean things were. How much of that was also the strength and conditioning program? No cramps tonight that were obvious. You know, spring school league. You know, there wasn't a lot of disruptions in any part of the game.
Yeah, Schooley did cramp, so he was really mad at himself because that was something we talked about. We watched those other teams cramp in some of the games leading up to ours, and talked about how that wouldn't be us. So you know, he was mad at himself for that. But it was humid out there, and he played a lot of snaps. Like offensively, we had 84 snaps, so you know, he was out there quite a bit. But the strength staff has done a good job. Our nutrition staff and our training staff, the 3 of them work, you know, hand in hand on making sure guys are doing the right things with food and drink and the rest. And looked pretty good that way. I think Matt had to go in real quick and come back out, but for the most part, you didn't see a bunch of guys laying on the ground grabbing their legs, and so that's good.
Anything else for Coach? Last question?
You mentioned McKeever last week. Obviously, he didn't play. Is that a long term?
No, he could have played tonight. He just didn't practice this week, and didn't feel like that was the right thing to put him out there without practicing. But he'll be full speed on Tuesday in practice. We'll have him back for the rest of the year. I just thought, you know, if we could get him through this week healthy and have him ready to go for the next 11, it was the smartest thing for him.